Good afternoon to all the NEET aspirants. This is your Prasanna Maam from NEET World, and today we are going to discuss the advanced questionnaire from the chapter Plant Kingdom. Yesterday we have dealt with complete NEET previous year questions of this chapter. Based on that, I have designed a solid questionnaire, advanced questionnaire targeting your NEET 2026. So it is a very useful sessions, children. Just stay tuned for next half an hour. Let us exercise most advanced questions of this chapter. When we have looked into all the NEET previous year questions, we have come to a conclusion that most of the questions from this chapter are statement based, mostly multi-statement oriented questions, assertion reason questions, and examples asked in the form of match the following. So based on that, taking that as reference, let us exercise few more questions today. First, identify the incorrect statement. Okay, look at all the four statements. It is about the taxonomy. Numerical taxonomy is based on all the observable characteristics. Yes, numerical taxonomy, which is also called as phonetics, will consider all the characters, all the observable characters are considered. Next, more weightage is given to reproductive characters and all other characters are given equal importance in numerical taxonomy. Wrong. In numerical taxonomy, all the characters are given equal importance, vegetative characters and reproductive characters. All the characters are given equal importance. Next, cytotaxonomy is based on cytological information like chromosome number, structure and behavior. Next, chemotaxonomy uses chemical constituents of the plant. Correct. So yes, which statement is wrong over here, ma? Option B. When cytotaxonomy is asked, you have to remember three things about the chromosome: chromosomal number, structure and behavior. If shape is asked, then you can eliminate this option as well. Okay, these three things keep it in your mind: chromosome number, structure and behavior. So the right answer over here is option B, as incorrect statement is asked. Next, this you see again statement based question, and they are asking us to identify incorrect statement. Okay, incorrect statement we need to identify. So look at the statements carefully, ma. Algae usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation. Yes, algae usually reproduces vegetatively by fragmentation, asexually by formation of different types of spores, and sexually by the formation of gametes. Yes, statement 1 is true only. It is about vegetative, asexual and sexual modes of reproduction in algae. Second statement, if you have to consider, algae is classified into three classes. True. What are those three classes? Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and Rhodophyceae. And then algae are chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic, largely aquatic organisms, be it freshwater or marine water, they are aquatic organisms. The plant body of algae is more differentiated than the bryophytes. This is wrong. Plant body of bryophytes is more differentiated than algae. Algae has a simple thalloid body. Okay. So in this case, which option we have to eliminate over here, ma? When incorrect statements are asked, we have to go with option 4. Okay. Next question. Yes. Read the given statements about algae and select the correct option. We have to go with the correct option for algae. The plant body is thalloid. True, plant body over here is thalloid and these are largely aquatic. Reproduction is by vegetative, asexual and sexual methods. Yes, Chlamydomonas, volvox and Eulothrix are multicellular algae. Wrong. Here we know Chlamydomonas, Chlorella, Spirulina, these are what, ma? Unicellular algae. Okay, these are unicellular. Chlamydomonas, Chlorella and Spirulina, these are unicellular. Volvox is multicellular colonial green algae. Eulothrix is multicellular filamentous green algae. Okay, Eulothrix is multicellular filamentous green algae. So, here which option we have to take? Read the given statements about algae and select the correct option he is asking. So, the right set of statements over here is 1, 2 and 3. We will go with option C, right ma? Next question, keep responding. Yes, Tanveer, you can ask. What is the doubt? Find out the incorrect statement about rhodophyceae. So, about red algae, we need to identify the incorrect statement of rhodophyceae. Majority are marine with great concentrations found in the warmer areas, true. They are also found in great depths of oceans where relatively little light penetrates, true. They usually reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation, correct. They reproduce asexually by biflagellate zoospores. They reproduce asexually by biflagellate zoospores. In our NCERT, there is a line that in rhodophycean members there is no flagella, no flagellated members are seen. So, only non-motile gametes, non-motile spores are observed in rhodophycean members. Biflagellate zoospores are not observed. So, in this case, when incorrect statement is to be identified, we can eliminate option 4. Okay. Next question. Yes, we can say thalloid plant body, okay. Thalloid plant body which is not differentiated into root, stem and leaf. That is why we will call algae as what? Thallophyta. Okay, the division algae is known as what? Thallophyta, because its body is thalloid. It is a plant body, okay. Next question is about bryophyta. Bryophytes comprise of what? Dominant phase of gametophyte which produces spores. Gametophyte will never produce spore, okay. Remember, what is gametophyte? Gametes will be produced. Gametophyte will produce gametes, or it will bear the gametes. Sporophyte will produce spores. Sporophyte will produce spores, okay. And next, small sporophyte phase and large and generally parasitic on the gametophyte. So, in bryophytes we have dominant plant body is gametophyte, on which small sporophyte will be dependent, nutritionally dependent. So, we call as sporophyte is parasitically or partially dependent on the gametophyte for nutrition. So, here option B is right. The sporophyte is longer duration, no, gametophyte will be for the longer duration. Dominant phase of the sporophyte which is parasitic, wrong. So, here small sporophytic phase which is generally parasitic, that is dependent on the nutrition for on the gametophyte. On gametophyte, sporophyte is nutritionally dependent. So, in this case we have to choose the option B, okay. And then next question you see, ma. Very good. Tanveer, amphibians of plant kingdom, that is bryophytes. Continue with the questions, beta. Read the following statements regarding bryophytes and select the correct answer. We need to identify the correct answer with respect to bryophytes. So, here if you see, they lack true root, stems and leaves. Yes, bryophytes lack true root, stems and leaf. Main plant body is haploid, true. Yes, main plant body is haploid. Gametophyte, gametophyte is haploid, sporophyte is diploid. And then sex organs are unicellular or and non-jacketed, wrong. Sex organs are multicellular, jacketed sex organs are observed, both Antheridia and Archegonia, they have jacketed sex organs. Next, fertilization produces an embryo inside the water. No, fertilization will produce an embryo inside the Archegonia. This produces an embryo inside Archegonia. Okay. Where is the site of fertilization taking place? Anthrozoids which are biflagellated, they will be coming from Antheridia, swimming across the water. They will be reaching into the mouth of the Archegonia and then they will reach into the egg cell. So, site of fertilization is Archegonia. Inside archegonia, what happens? Zygote formation will take place, which develops into the embryo. So, here what are the right options? Correct answers we have to find, that is 1 and 2. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Whenever statement based questions are given beta, first you have to identify whether in the question he is asking you to identify the correct statement or incorrect statement. In question, whether he is asking you to identify correct or incorrect, just keep an underline over here and then go for searching the options. Okay. Next question. Yes. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So, here we have to identify what? Incorrect statement. Look at it carefully. Incorrect statement need to be identified. Mosses along with lichens are the first organisms to colonize rock. No. Lichens are the pioneers of plant succession. After lichens, mosses will play a major role in the succession. Next, sphagnum is used as packing material for transportation of living material, correct? In liverworts, spores are produced after meiosis within the capsule. Yes, spores are produced after meiosis within the capsule. Here what meiosis is happening, ma? Sporic meiosis, where spore mother cells which are present in the capsule of the sporophyte will undergo sporic meiosis and spores will be dispersed into the atmosphere. And then Funaria possesses unicellular unbranched rhizoids. No, here you see Funaria will possess multicellular branched rhizoids. So, here you see once again mosses along with lichens are the first organisms to colonize rocks. We can consider this statement, but first lichens, then mosses will contribute in plant succession. Here Funaria, it is direct wrong statement because Funaria will possess multicellular branched rhizoids. If you can take liverworts will have unicellular unbranched rhizoids. Clear, right, ma? So, here we have to go with the option D as the incorrect statement is asked. Next question. Good. Tanvir, just continue with the questions, ma. Good answering, good response. Assertion reason type of question, which is very much challenging for most of the students. Look into it. Whenever assertion reason question is given, if A is wrong or R is false, it is easy to identify in that. The problem comes when both the statements are true. When assertion and reason both are true, we need to identify whether reason is explaining assertion or not. In that case, what you have to do, ma? First, read on the assertion statement carefully. Sexual reproduction in volvox is oogamous type. Yes, in volvox, sexual reproduction is oogamous type. Reason it is mentioning like both fusing gametes of volvox are non-flagellated. Wrong, because both the fusing gametes of volvox are not non-flagellated. Male gametes are flagellated zoospores. Fine. Female is large, non-motile. So, this is conducting oogamous type of reproduction. But in case if reason is also correct, how you will identify whether it is explaining or not is you have to read on the assertion. After that, add on few preposition or put on few questions like why, what, where, but, is, if. Like that, if you are adding on the preposition and reading the reason, then you will get to know easily whether reason is explaining the assertion or not. Okay. So, in this question though, assertion is true and reason is false. Very good, ma. Very good, Tanvir. Continue. Next question. Yeah, this is match the following type of question, ma, which is very easy. Match the following questions. Most of the times when we have examined NEET previous year questions, we got the examples only. Examples are mostly asked in the form of match the following type of question from this chapter. Match column 1 and column 2 and choose the correct combination from the options given below. First, Selaginella. Selaginella belongs to the class Coelopsida, okay. And then Equisetum. Equisetum belongs to what? Sphenopsida. Adiantum, which is Wharton for, and Pteris. Adiantum and Pteris belongs to Pteropsida. Dryopteris also belongs to Pteropsida. So, in this case, what option you have to choose, ma? Selaginella 1, Equisetum 3. Yes, just give a minute. Yes, and Adiantum 3 and Dryopteris 4. So, here Adiantum, that is option 4, and Dryopteris is also option 4. So, in this case option 1 will be the right answer, okay. And then next question. Yes, yeah, this diagram is directly from the NCERT. Identify the parts labeled as A and B in the given figure of the equisetum and select the correct option. In equisetum, you can see spores or sporangia are arranged in the compact cone like structure. This compact cone like structure is what? Strobili or cones, fine. And down, this is B is what? Rhizome, fine. So, A is compact cone like structure, that is strobili, and this is rhizome. So, identify the parts A and B in the given figure of equisetum and select the correct option. A is what? Strobilus, and B is rhizome. Option A is the right answer. Next question, ma? Yes. In Pinus, the coralloid roots are associated with nitrogen fixation. In assertion, it is saying like, in assertion, in Pinus, coralloid roots are associated with nitrogen fixation. True. In Pinus, mycorrhiza is present. Wrong. Mycorrhiza are fungal association, fungal symbiotic association, which is seen in Pinus, not Cycas. Okay. So, here Pinus is not having the coralloid roots, right? Cycas will have coralloid roots. So, assertion is false and reason is also false. Once let us recall about coralloid roots and mycorrhizal roots. Coralloid roots are the symbiotic association between the roots of Cycas, and BGA, blue-green algae. This blue-green algae is keenly involved in the nitrogen fixation. When it comes to the mycorrhizal associations, that is in between the roots of Pinus, taproot system of Pinus, and the roots of higher plants. Okay. So, Pinus will have the mycorrhizal association, that is fungal association, where fungi it will form into a network like this, okay. And fungi here is involved mainly in the absorption of water and minerals, okay, absorption of water and minerals. So, coralloid roots are observed in Cycas, mycorrhizal roots in Pinus. So, here both assertion and reason are false. So, we have to go with option D. Next question. Good Tanvir. Yeah, I answered this question as well. Which of the following statements regarding gymnosperms is correct? Regarding gymnosperms, ovules are naked, not enclosed by the ovary wall before fertilization, but seeds that are developed after fertilization are covered. So, in gymnosperms, the characteristic feature is what? Naked seeds. Naked seeds is the characteristic features because pre-fertilization ovule is not covered by ovary wall. So, post-fertilization also seeds will not be covered with seed coat. Second statement, in all living gymnosperms, the sporophyte is dominant over the gametophyte. Yes, in gymnosperms, all the sporophyte is dominant over the gametophyte. Then next statement, they are heterosporous. Yes, all the gymnosperms are heterosporous only. The male and female gametophyte do not have an independent existence. Yes, here gametophyte is dependent on sporophyte. gametophyte is dependent on sporophyte, both in the gymnosperms and angiosperms. So here what option you have to choose, ma? 1 is wrong, 2, 3 and 4 are true. Option C will be the right answer. Next question. Yeah. Read the given statements and select the incorrect ones. We have to select the incorrect statements. First, sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than that in liverworts. Okay, sporophyte in mosses is elaborate than in liverworts. True, because in mosses, for example, if you take funaria, you can see sporophyte will be having what? Foot, seta and capsule. So it is elaborate than the liverworts. Next, salvinia is homosporous. Wrong. We have learnt in pteridophytes, salvinia and selaginella are heterosporous. Next, life cycle in all the spermatophytes is diplontic. Yes, spermatophytes will be having diplontic life cycle. In cycas, male cones and megasporophylls are born on the same trees. Wrong. Cycas is dioecious, pinus is monoecious. Yes, Tanvir, you can ask beta. Cycas is dioecious, pinus is monoecious. Okay, dioecious or unisexual you can say, unisexual, wherein male parent will bear male sex organ, female will bear female sex organ. Males will be having male cone, female female cone. Pinus is monoecious, that is bisexual. Single plant bears both male cone and female cone. So here cycas is what? Dioecious or unisexual, so it is not bearing both male cones and female cones. So this is wrong. Next here the question is to identify the incorrect ones. Incorrect statements are 2 and 4. Okay, so option C will be the right answer over here. Okay. What is the mechanism of spore dispersal in mosses? Listen here, ma, very nice question. In mosses, let us take the example of funaria. Listen, Tanvir, carefully. Okay, so funaria will be having what? Rhizoids and leafy gametophytic structures. From this leafy gametophytic structures, the sporophyte will be evolved like this. Okay, this is the sporophyte. Okay, sporophyte will be having foot, seta and capsule. Fine, ma? Till here it is clear? Foot, seta and capsule. Inside capsule you have spore mother cells, or you can say sporangia. Spore mother cells are present inside the capsule. So inside capsule the spore mother cells are diploid. Okay, the spore mother cells inside capsule which are diploid will undergo sporic meiosis. Sporic meiosis. Okay, and haploid spores will be liberated out. Haploid spores will be liberated out through the peristomic teeth. Okay, through what? Peristomic teeth, which are dead cells. Clear, right? So this will be the mechanism of dispersal from the sporophyte. Okay, haploid spores are dispersed in this way from the diploid sporophyte. Okay, understood, ma? Tanvir, is that easy? Okay, yeah. Next question. Yeah, look at this. Select the mismatched pair. Amphibians of plant kingdom. What are the amphibians of plant kingdom, ma? Bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom. First terrestrial, here also we have to identify mismatched pair. First terrestrial plants to possess vascular tissue. First terrestrial plants to possess vascular tissue are pteridophytes, not gymnosperms. So you can eliminate this. Water required for fertilization. Water required for fertilization in pteridophytes. True. Seeds enclosed inside the fruits. Yes, you can see in angiosperm seeds are enclosed inside the fruit. Okay. So here the first terrestrial plants to possess vascular tissues is pteridophytes, not gymnosperms. So the question is to identify the mismatched pair. We can go with option B. Okay. Next question. This one, heterospory. Heterospory is found in some members of heterospory is found in some members of pteridophyta. Okay, what is heterospory? Producing two different types of spores. In bryophytes you can see all spores are alike, simple, but in pteridophytes you can see two different types of spores, microspores producing male gametes, megaspores female gametes. Okay, or microspores landing onto the suitable substrata will develop into a male plant body, and megaspores landing onto the suitable substrata, they will develop into a female plant body. First heterosporous condition is observed in pteridophytes. Best examples which are in pteridophytes which are showing heterosporous condition include Marsilia, Azolla, Selaginella, Salvinia. Okay, and all the members of what? Gymnosperms. All the members of gymnosperms are what? All the members of gymnosperms are heterosporous only. So here you look at the option correctly. Heterospory is found in some members of pteridophyta and all the members of spermatophyta. Okay, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms. Fine. Spermatophyta includes both gymnosperm and angiosperm. So here option D is the right answer. So with this we have finished. When I am becoming a doctor. Thank you Tanvir, thank you for all the gratitude. I wish you good luck, but I wish you all the best, that you have to work very well and you have to become a good doctor. Okay, so these sessions will be really useful for you all actually, where we are going to practice continuous questionnaire on the NEET previous year questions of that particular chapter. The very next day we are practicing the questions, advanced questionnaire sessions of that particular chapter. The sessions will be very useful for you beta. Okay. So with this I would like to end the session, and in the next session we are going to start the class on the NEET previous year questions on morphology of flowering plants tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.